it's Rick and Patty from the KORD Morning Show. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it.
And, of course, you can always catch us anywhere and everywhere with our KORD mobile app. It's free for you in the App Store as well in Google Play.
1027 KORD. You got Rick, you got Patty. Always good to be with you. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Yeah, it's Throwback Thursday. Throwback Thursday.
Great.
One of our favorite days of the week, which means you can get over to the KORD mobile app and request some songs if you want.
How far back can we go, Rick?
You surprise us, I guess. Surprise us. We'll see what we can get away with today for sure.
I like that.
Yeah, surprises. I mean, we might do some Willie or Hank, whatever.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
I know. Waylon.
All right.
You never know. I mean,
I wasn't even thinking about
you
Waylon.
were thinking what?
I was
George
just thinking
Strait?
like maybe Clint Black.
Oh well.
I was.
I love me some Clint. I love me some Clint Black, but when you're
How about
talking
some Jody Messina?
when you're talking cool factor, you got to go with Willie and Waylon and all those.
Well, Willie's
guys.
a legend.
Exactly. And he was just here.
Yeah.
Which makes it even better because if you went and saw him at the Outlaw Music Festival, if you went and saw him on Chris Stapleton, 91 years old.
Can you believe that?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
No, and then you have to see the show to believe it. Anybody who went has seen it and said, "Oh yeah, Willie's the best." I'll smoke dope with
On
Willie.
the road again.
Yeah, oh yeah, Willie, take me to the bus. Take me to the bus, Willie.
You talk a good game, Rick.
Well,
You're all talking, no action.
I don't smoke weed, but I would smoke weed with Willie. How about I'll put it that way, all right? I don't smoke weed, but guess what? If Willie invited me on the bus, guess where I'm going? I'm going on the bus.
Really?
With Willie. Yep.
No.
Yes, I am.
Wasn't it Toby who said, you gotta be careful if you're going to
he said,
light up with
Toby,
Willie?
Toby Keith said he had never seen so much weed, on a bus, right? And then he says,
there was like a warning if you're going to,
right. And then Willie
smoke with Willie.
And then Willie will put you under the table. You know what I'm saying? Willie will put you under the table. All right, let's have some fun. We're gonna work on some Facebook fun, get the day started. And the exciting news is early birds. We've got Kane Brown tickets for this weekend. So coming up here in about 10 minutes or so, we'll give our first early birds a chance to win some Kane Brown tickets.
What?
Yeah, he's gonna be in Seattle with Chris Young.
Shut the front door.
Absolutely. So you early birds are going to get treated coming up here in just about 10 minutes. It's Rick and Patty, KORD.
We love to hear from you, and it's easier than ever to reach out. Just open up the Cord mobile app and send us an app chat message, or you can contact us the old-fashioned way at 509-547-KORD. Number one for New Country, 1027 KORD. Make sure you have our free app for concert news, contests, and your favorite country everywhere you go.
Favors 623, number one for New Country, 1027 KORD. So the early bird, as they say, gets the worm this morning. And Kane Brown is in Seattle tomorrow, Saturday.
Saturday night?
Yep, with Chris Young. And we want to send you off there. So I'm thinking,
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking a couple early birds. If you want to go see Kane Brown, want to get some tickets, 547 KORD. And we'll make it easy this morning. We'll just take callers 1 and 2, okay? Callers 1 and 2. So early bird's going to get the worm here. Good morning, KORD. Well, we'll just take it right now and see. Good morning, KORD. Who's this?
JR.
JR, good morning. Congratulations.
Wow, you're in, JR.
Hang on, JR. We'll get you taken care of. You hang on here, buddy. All right? So there you go. There's a Kane Brown winner. And good morning, KORD. Who's this?
Taya.
Well, good morning. Good morning. You are a Kane
You're
Brown.
a winner.
Yeah, hang on here. Get you taken care of.
Thank
There you
you.
go. Thank you. First 2 callers in. There you go. Got our winners. Don't worry. We'll do it all over again at 7:20. So we've got more tickets to give away. 7:20 for
Look
Kane
at
Brown.
you, Santa Rick.
I know. Look at that. Look at that. So our first 2 callers got scored tickets. Congratulations. Get you guys taken care of. Just like that. Bam. Kane Brown, 1027 KORD.
You're waking up with the Cord Morning Show. Number one for New Country, 1027 KORD.
For New Country, it's 1027 KORD. 65 degrees for you. You got Rick, you got Patty on this Throwback Thursday. And what's going on in Nashville?
So the nominees are revealed for the second annual People's Choice Country Awards. Zach Bryan, Beyonce, Casey Musgraves, and Shabozy. Just a few of them. Mainstream artists like Jason Aldean and Blake Shelton also up for awards. Fans can cast their votes at it's votepcca.com. Shania Twain is hosting the event on September 26th from the Grand Ole Opry House in Nashville and will be airing on NBC as well as Peacock. Meanwhile, Luke Combs is making country music history. He's the first artist to achieve 3 certified diamond country singles by the Recording Industry Association of America. The songs are When It Rains, It Pours, Hurricane, and Beautiful Crazy. Luke was surprised with the news on Tuesday during a 5-year anniversary appearance at the Grand Ole Opry. How about this? Dolly Parton launching her own makeup brand. It's called Dolly Beauty, and it arrives August 22nd. It's the first collection called Heavenly Kiss, which is a lipstick line. One of the shades is called Jolene Red. More products are expected to be released very soon. And guess what Luke Bryan does when he's not performing?
What?
People magazine says he's a big fan of fishing when he's not performing. Luke says, fishing is my escape when I'm out on the water. It's just me, the fish, and the peace that comes with it. He says he's always been a fan, and that if he wasn't in music, he'd probably be a professional fisherman. Who knew? Those are your trending headlines.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number 1 for New Country. 1027 KORD. It's easy and quick. Stop by our website or open our app for your chance to head back to school with a $500 Visa gift card. Look for Hall Pass Cash.
And 648, number 1 for New Country. It's 1027 KORD.
Kenny Chesney.
Yeah, out last night. I love it. What did I say? Did I say something else?
Kane Brown.
Oh, my gosh. Because
You got Kane Brown on the brain.
Kane Brown is on
I
the
get
brain.
it.
My goodness. Kenny Chesney out last night. Sorry about that. Yes.
That's all, it happens.
720. Giving you a chance to win some Kane Brown tickets.
Right on. I get it.
Do they call that a Freudian slip or whatever? It's like, okay, my mind's like, Kane Brown's coming up. Right, 720, chance to win some more of those Kane Brown. And it's in Seattle tomorrow night.
Right on.
Just so you know.
Yes.
6:30, so you'll have to come pick up these tickets tomorrow, but we'll tell you more about that at 720 for some Kane Brown tickets. All right, getting your day started. Facebook fun, here you go. When you were a kid, blank was the best snack to find in your lunchbox. I know kids are getting ready to go back to school. What was the best snack?
Well, anything like by Little Debbie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
you
what
know
I was thinking.
Yeah.
Hostess
or
for me.
Cupcakes, yes.
Yeah, I was
yes,
thinking.
Sir.
I think the number one was. I was thinking cupcake. Like,
do you remember there was a thing? It was called a banana flip. Those
You
were kind of
love
cool
those.
too.
Yeah.
Well, kinda. I mean, I haven't had one in
Right.
many years, but yeah, they were fantastic.
I googled that because you're from the Midwest, so I googled that.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh yeah, that's right." Kind of reminds me of a moon pie.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's that kind of situation. Did you like moon pies at all?
no.
They're all sugar. It's kind of like
I had a moon pie when I lived down south. They were really popular down there.
I like the banana moon pie, I think, better
Oh, yeah?
than the chocolate one. There's a chocolate and banana, but on a rare occasion, I'll be through the store, I'll grab a moon pie. But it's like you said, every 3 or 4 years that
Yeah,
you grab one because
sure.
it's nothing but pure sugar. But for me, you're right. A Twinkie,
Yeah.
a Ding Dong,
Yep.
a Ho-Ho.
Yep.
You know.
Or they used to have these things called snowballs too.
Oh, I
They were-
love.
You remember those?
Yeah, the pink one. The pink
Yes,
snowballs.
yes.
They have white and pink.
And there was they were
Yeah.
covered with coconut.
Yeah, you don't see those
I
very
have
often.
not seen those in a long
All
time.
right, good-
Do they
good.
make those anymore?
I think they do, but I have to go check it out. Yeah. So there you go. When you were a kid, bam, opened up that lunchbox. What was the best snack that mom or dad gave you?
Don't say an apple.
Oh yeah, no.
My mom would pack an apple in the lunch every day.
Patty Joe.
I know, but I think of that every day when I open up the refrigerator. Rick brings a bag of apples.
I know. And how often do I touch the apples? Like never. They're in there. I'm like, and I keep saying every single day, I'm gonna eat an apple.
know.
I'm gonna eat an apple, and then I'm like, I've got some Wheat Thins or some chips
Yeah.
instead. So yes, yeah, good intentions, right?
I know.
Thanks, mom and dad. Good
Yep.
intentions to put the apple in there. Probably not gonna get eaten.
Nope.
So there you go. That's the Facebook fun. When you were a kid, blank was the best snack to find in your lunchbox. What was it? Share it with us. You got Rick and Patty, KORD.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show, number 1 for New Country, 1027 KORD.
Proof number 1 for New Country. It's 1027 KORD with Rick and Patty. Good morning, 65 degrees. Whole lot of sunshine for you right now. So Kane Brown, tomorrow night, going to be in Seattle. We will have some tickets to give away at 7:20.
We're going to blow these out.
We are. And then also, because it's Thursday, don't forget we have the Numerica Impossible Movie Challenge coming up at 7:50.
Somebody's going to win Netflix.
Lots to get to still to come here on the show. All right, Amy in Walla Walla's got a situation. What's going on with Amy here?
Listen up, Rick and Patty. I've been experiencing a lot of mom guilt lately, especially as the new school year starts. I find myself constantly questioning whether I'm doing enough for my kids. Sometimes I wonder if this mom guilt is a real issue or if I'm just being too hard on myself. The kids and everyone else tell me that I'm doing a great job. How do I get rid of this mom guilt? Is mom guilt a common feeling among parents? How can I determine if it's something I really need to address or if it's just a normal part of parenting? Amy in Walla Walla.
Well, being a parent, I do believe it's just a normal part of parenting. There are, I was driving in this morning thinking about my own son. Now, my son is now 30 years old. He's an adult, and I'm thinking as I'm driving in, sadly, his mom and I divorced many years ago. And I still have a lot of guilt about that. I think about it all the time. And he and I have talked about it multiple times. But no matter how old I get, Patty, that guilt is always with me. Even though I remarried, and my son and I and my ex-wife, we all get along, there's still that.
You still think about it.
I still think about it a lot.
Yeah.
I think about, that didn't end well, and even when I've gone to my son and even my ex-wife about it or any of those situations, they go, we've long forgiven you. We don't think about that anymore. It did. Luckily, it all turned out great. But when you are the catalyst of a situation, you take responsibility for that, if that makes sense.
I'm not a parent, but I get it. You are responsible for your kids. Now, Amy, if you don't have your kids, all decked out with all the most expensive clothes and shoes,
can't blame yourself for that.
If you don't get them Starbucks every morning, I'd be having some serious feelings about whether you're doing enough for your kid.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
I think,
I'm kidding. You parents, you do you.
Well,
whatever you can do for your kids, I'm sure you guys do.
I think there's a balance. I think there's a balance. Having raised two boys myself, there's a balance between entitled children, and doing the right things. I always felt that I always had, from my foster parents, always felt that I had enough. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I didn't get.
It's got to be hard. Of course, you want to give your kids more than what you had, right? Isn't that a normal?
It's not always. It's not always the best.
It's
thing.
hard to do,
but it's not always the best thing for a kid.
Well, no,
I mean, yes. Do you want? Yeah, your kids needs to be fed, clothed, backpack, what they need for school, and all of that. Do they need $125 pair of shoes? That is the question sometimes. Now those things you got to work for. That's what I was taught. Oh, you want the $125 shirts? You can have them, but you got to work for it yourself. It's not, I'm just going to go buy those for you.
I know.
Because of dad guilt or mom guilt. And going back to the guilt situation.
How often do you parents do that out of guilt?
A lot. Oh my gosh, Patty, a lot. Parents can have a lot of guilt sometimes. Just like Amy was talking about, if you're a busy professional and you're super busy and you don't spend as much time with your kids as you should, it's the guilt. Hey, mom, can I get this? I feel so bad that boom, here you go.
Yeah.
And then that just becomes the way their life is, if that makes sense. You feel so guilty about all the stuff you couldn't do or you weren't there for. And again, it's that balance, Amy. It really is that balance. I think it's a normal part of parenting. I do believe in mom and dad guilt. I absolutely. But how do you manage it? That's the question.
How do you? I don't know.
I'm going to throw it out to you, parents. You guys are way smarter than we are. 547-KORD. App chat us what you would do in this situation. Amy will do our best to solve it for you. How do you manage it?
I want to know what you've purchased your son or daughter out of guilt.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. We can spend all day on that. So 547-KORD, your call's on the way. You got Rick and Patty.
The Cord Morning Show with Rick and Patty. Back with more next on number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
Very excited because Kane Brown tomorrow night in Seattle, 6:30 is the showtime, and we want to send some folks off to see Kane Brown, don't we, Patty?
How many? We've got several pairs of tickets. How many would you like to give away, and which callers?
What do you think?
I don't know.
So, do you want to take the next 4 callers? 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Sounds good to me.
It's going to keep you quite busy for a little bit.
That's okay, as long as you guys are,
up for some Kane Brown tomorrow night. Chris Young, 6:30 showtime. And it's going to be an awesome show in Seattle. We want to send you there. So we'll take the next 4 callers. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Make it easy. Kane Brown tickets on the way. Rick and Patty, KORD.
You're listening to Rick and Patty in the morning on number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD. No need to wait for AI. Catch us now on Google Home and Alexa devices. Open our app for more info.
Thumbs up, number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD. Got Ricky, got Patty. It's 7:37, just ahead of the Numerica Impossible Movie Challenge.
Somebody's going to win a 2-month subscription of Netflix. Have you been on Netflix recently?
I have.
I know. There's so much to watch.
There is, and so we'll give you a chance to win that coming up at 7:50. All right. Gen Z, which are people born between 97 and 2012, have discovered something, Patty, that we've had around for a long time.
I don't know what.
Cassettes.
Oh.
Yes. Cassettes.
Do you even have a cassette player to put the cassettes in?
In my truck, I do.
You?
So my truck has got an old Pioneer. My truck's got an old Pioneer stereo. So I've got CD. I got a 6 CD changer, and I've also got the cassette player in there.
Good, because I've got boxes of cassettes we can listen
Well,
to.
I know, absolutely. Now most cars don't even come with cassette player anymore. But the problem is, so the Gen Z, they want to buy these cassettes, right? Guess what? They don't know how to operate.
The cassette player.
A cassette player, right? Because we had a Walkman.
I know. Well, yes.
Yep. And we had the boombox.
Boomboxes, you know, I know, but now there's like CDs, but now not even CD, they're Bluetooth.
Yep, exactly.
Technology has changed.
It really has. So it's like when you look at a vinyl record, 33, 45, and then 78 was the
I need something to play those on.
Yeah, exactly. So how does this work? How does it operate? All these different things. And for you and I who grew up,
record player, man, vinyl records were it. We used to go to the record store.
Oh, that was the best.
I know.
And the mall had the great record stores and all of that, and used record stores.
Remember back in the day, though, too, you could get you'd watch the commercial, K-Tel Records.
I love it. I will tell you this, the folks over there at Adventures Underground.
They have records?
They do. The Caterpillar Cafe over there has got some vinyl records. Very cool. So we're going to take some calls. Can your kids figure out technology? Drop a rotary phone in front of them, see what they can do. Yeah. So
How'd that work?
So if you've got a Gen Alpha kid, asked to help because they couldn't figure out an piece of old technology, we're going to take some calls on this.
Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah, this will be fun and see what, like a microwave, who knows, the washer and dryer, who knows what we're going to come up with. 547 KORD, your calls are on the way.
We love to hear from you, and it's easier than ever to reach out. Just open up the Cord mobile app and send us an app chat message, or you can contact us the old-fashioned way at 509-547-KORD. Number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD.
Georgia Line, Tim McGraw, May We All, 749, number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD. Well, a throwback Thursday, which means it's time for the Numerica Impossible Movie Challenge.
So we play a movie clip. You correctly identify it at 547 KORD. You get rewarded with a 2-month subscription of Netflix.
So we were having fun with this one off microphone. So take a listen. Here it comes, today's famous movie clip. Figure it out. You're on your way to some Netflix thanks to Numerica. Take a listen. Here it comes.
Hey, Ma! Can we get some meatloaf?
Chaz, I think I'm okay. I had a bite right before I came over. Thank you.
Ma, the meatloaf!
Here we go again.
Hey, Ma! Can we get some meatloaf?
Chaz, I think I'm okay. I had a bite right before I came over. Thank you.
Ma, the meatloaf!
Oh, my gosh.
So it's Will Ferrell, and we will say it does have to do with weddings, okay? I think that's one of the funniest movies. That, there's Bridesmaids, and then there's this movie. If you're talking wedding movies, they're the hilarious. 547 KORD, 547 KORD. They stop by Will Ferrell's place, and this is what he says.
Hey, Ma! Can we get some meatloaf?
Chaz, I think I'm okay. I had a bite right before I came over. Thank you.
Ma, the meatloaf!
Oh, my gosh.
I'm sorry. I can't help but laugh when I play that. All right, go ahead, KORD. Good morning, KORD. Got a guess for us. What movie is that from?
It would be Wedding Crashers.
It is Wedding
Yes.
Crashers. Congratulations.
Yes.
You are a winner. Great job on that. What's your name?
My name is Summer.
Summer. Well, good morning, Summer. Congratulations. Summer, you hang on here. We'll get you taken care of, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right.
You're welcome.
Wedding Crashers. Absolutely. Wedding Crashers. What a great movie. And thanks for playing along. Numerica Impossible Movie Challenge. Do it all over again next week, 7:50, right here, KORD.
You're waking up with the Cord Morning Show. Number one for New Country, 102.7 KORD. Have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto? Make sure you have our app. So when you connect your device, we can go everywhere together.
At 10 minutes after 8, number one for New Country. It's 102.7 KORD. You got Rick, you got Fatty. Believe it or not, cassettes are making a comeback.
I can't believe it.
And you'd get your cassette stuck and you'd have to use a pencil or a pen
yes.
to rewind your cassette. But it's making a comeback. Now I get vinyl. I understand why vinyl, because vinyl has a great sound. So I understand why people love vinyl. I am a little shocked by cassettes. Because cassettes get eaten up. They get dull. I mean, what do you like better? CD, cassette, or vinyl? CD for you?
Yeah.
Is the better sound?
Yes.
And even some youngins listening right now are like, "What's a CD?
What's a record?
Anyway,
What the?
what's a record? What's a cassette? What's a CD?"
We were talking with Lori. I didn't even know that red label, yellow label.
Yeah. So she was talking about the different colors of vinyl. So the song she was talking about when she said red label, the vinyl's red.
I had no idea.
So
that's even before my time.
Right. So normally vinyl is colored black, basically,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Well, limited editions have purple, have blue, have pink. Kelly Clarkson recently did her album where it was all these different colors of vinyl.
Did she really?
Yeah. So it's all the vinyl.
That's interesting.
The vinyl is colored.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
So I think at home I have a 45 that's a clear vinyl. Like it literally is
really?
clear. You can see through it basically.
Do you have a record player, Rick?
No, I miss my record player. I don't know about you. Do you have a record player?
No, I don't.
Miss my record player. Absolutely. I love vinyl records. So I had a huge collection. When Megan and I got married, I had a huge, massive vinyl collection, and I had my comic books. And she goes, "Well, one of them's going. What's it going?
Got rid of the records?
Yeah, the
but
record.
you did something cool with it.
We used the money on our honeymoon.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't that tied. I mean, I love the vinyl, but I wasn't tied to that. So we've been taking your calls, 547 KORD. Drop a Gen Z or a Gen Alpha kid in front of something like a rotary phone and see if they can figure it out. And 547 KORD, what old technology can't your kids figure out? What do you got?
My son called me from school, which would have been a landline.
Okay.
And he told me I had to end it first because he didn't know what button to push to end the phone call. Like, he didn't know you just hung it up to end it.
Yeah.
So I think I just hung up, but I explained to him later how it worked.
That's awesome. Yeah, exactly. When they call from school, like, I don't know how to use this phone. What am I supposed to do? 547 KORD, crazy old technology. What can't your kids figure out?
One thing I remember having to discuss how to use was an alarm clock because when my kids were younger, we just woke them up, and then as they got older, they had cell phones, they would just use those.
Yep.
But we've gotten some alarm clocks to make it easier so that they don't have to worry about if their phone dies or something. And it wasn't difficult to talk them through it, but it was kind of funny that they didn't understand how all the buttons and everything worked.
Think about your bedroom right now. Do you have an alarm clock?
I do.
You
I have
do?
one. Yes,
Okay.
I have one. Although it is battery operated, right?
Interesting.
But yes, because I have to get up and physically walk, or if I have the phone, I'll just go right back to bed.
Okay.
You know
All right.
what I mean?
I'm surprised because that used to be like standard. In every bedroom was an alarm clock.
I had a wind-up alarm clock way back in the day.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
That's.
Yes.
I gotcha. 547 KORD. More of your calls on the way.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show. Number one for New Country. 1027 KORD. It's easy and quick. Stop by our website or open our app for your chance to head back to school with a $500 Visa gift card. Look for Hall Pass Cash.
The app chat us as well.
That one made my day.
I know you went to the show a few months back, right? Or a couple months back, was it? No, man. I've seen Tim multiple times and goosebumps when that song is performed. There's absolutely no doubt about it. There cannot be a dry eye.
Well, that was man.
Yeah, they're not a dry eye in the place when he does
got that right.
And you said that was the encore. That's the
That was, yep.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. See you later, Washington State.
Good night from Mr. Faith Hill. You're like, what?
All right, we're going to tie this one off. It's other people's problems. Amy in Walla Walla's got a situation going on. What's going on with Amy?
Well, she wants to know if mom guilt is real. She says, kids, everyone else tell me I'm doing a great job. How do I get rid of this mom guilt? She says, especially as the new school year hits, I find myself constantly questioning whether I'm doing enough for my kids. Sometimes I wonder if this mom guilt is a real issue or am I just being too hard on myself?
All
Is
right.
this something I need to address, or is it just a normal part of parenting?
Lots of comments already. Daniel says, sorry, dad here. Can't tell you about mom guilt, but I'm sure all parents worry that they are not doing enough. Sometimes I think we do too much for our kids. And that's from Dan.
Did you see Amy? Welcome to the
Yeah.
club.
Yeah, Kathy says it's normal, especially if you're a single mom with a full-time job, 40 plus hours a week. Do what you can to use your family time wisely and productivity. Also, you need to take a few hours just for yourself, and that's from Kathy.
Marissa says, we all do it. Doesn't stop when they're grown either. There's not a single mother who doesn't wish they'd done something better. Even if it is just that one thing, it's like grief. You eventually figure out a way to live with it, but it never goes away. It helps to know that you did the very best that you could at the time with what you had.
Yep, exactly. And Nolita says, listen to your intuition. We had a call earlier about a mom said that she had moved to Indiana to be with a guy, and the kids stayed with the grandparents. And there was a lot of resentment about that later on. You know, they came later to Indiana, just didn't get along with the new guy or whatever, and it just broke apart. And so the son is okay with it, but the daughter's
Still, yeah, she said still hasn't forgiven her.
Yeah, and the daughter's like 30-some years old and married and all that. Every child's different. Boy, I can honestly tell you that. Every child is night and day. Even if they're from the same womb, their personalities are absolutely amazing.
Well, you said that you still, remember, you feel bad about divorcing your son's mother.
I've been divorced for many, many years.
Yeah.
But I still think about it. I think about it a lot, and we're all on good terms. We're all on good terms, but you do carry a lot of guilt, and especially when they were talking about, are you doing enough? So Megan, before she met me, was a single mom with Kyron. And so she's kind of looked back, and she has said that she felt she let him get away with murder because of the guilt of being a single parent.
I see.
Because his dad his dad wasn't around as much as, because his dad lived in Spanaway. So she said she let him get away with some, looking back, I should have been harder on these different
I don't
things.
know, but I think I told you I fell asleep watching a Dr. Phil show.
Yeah.
Some kids, man,
That's who they are.
Kids know how to play their parents, don't they?
But some kids are just hard. That's who they are. My older sister Lisa is as hard-headed and belligerent, and she's a bull in a china shop.
Do you think she made your parents feel, like...
she got thrown out. She got...
your parents said enough.
So she ended up at my grandparents, got thrown out there, ended up at my aunt's, got thrown out there. She had to go to a children's home until she was 18 because no one could get her under control.
I see.
Yeah. So, that's my sister. I know. We talk about it all the time. This is therapy for me every day. I get to come in here. But
Well, thank goodness we're here for you, Rick.
Absolutely. So there you go. We're going to tie this one off. Well, there's, again, it's real. It does exist, Amy. Don't be so hard on yourself.
That's why I'm not a parent. You guys, hey, hats off to you.
I like what they said. Take time to yourself. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Exactly. And I think we do too much for our kids sometimes. Daniel, you're right about that too. You can still chime in on it. Other people's problems. Let us know what you think. What would you do in this situation? We want to know. You got Rick and Patty.
Starting your day the right way with the Cord Morning Show, #1 for New Country, 102.7 KORD.